Terence Crawford is back in the gym for his rematch training camp for Earl Spence Jr. Part 2. Like, Terence is really in the gym already. He's cooking up. I'm not surprised, to be honest with you. A lot of people saw this as breaking news. Terence Crawford is back in the gym training for Earl Spence rematch. But at the same time, like, it makes sense. The pound for pound best fighter in the world is obviously going to be in the gym, as often as Terence Crawford is, because he's disciplined. You don't see Terence Crawford get out of shape. You see a lot of guys in the sport of boxing, when they don't have a fight, they're blowing up, 40 pounds past their weight class. They're off their diet. They're not training. They're not in the gym. But look at Terence Crawford. He looks the same, still in shape, in good shape, and it looks like he's ready to go to 54. He's filling out. Always disciplined. Always has that solid physique. And what else can you expect from a bad dude like Crawford? Like, he's really just a different breed. There's discipline, and then there's Terence Crawford discipline. There aren't a lot of people that I see work harder as hard as Terence Crawford, but that just goes to show how good he is, and I think his performances have backed that up. Obviously we're all curious to see if the rematch between him and Spence is going to happen. I guess it is going to happen. I would lean towards yes, just because I'm sure Earl Spence is going to want to get that get back, but it should really take place at 54. I know this is a big concern, but no one's going to give Terence Crawford credit, especially in the rematch, for sure, because they're already not giving him credit for the first fight. So if you think they're going to give Terence Crawford credit for fighting Earl Spence in the rematch at 47, they're definitely not. So the fight, in my opinion, for Terence Crawford to get the credit he deserves, fight at 54. But if you realistically don't want the Spence rematch as Terence Crawford, you would offer 47, and then that negotiation process falls apart, and then you go for a bigger fight. If you want to get Charlo, you can, but I don't think that's as enticing of a fight as a Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford fight would be. And here come all the comments, there are weight classes for a reason. Whatever, man. Terence Crawford said he wants to make that step towards greatness, and greatness takes risk. You got to be bold. You don't get to where Terence Crawford is at by not taking risks, not daring to be great. So going up multiple weight classes to fight a guy like Canelo at 168 pounds, no one's going to take credit away from Crawford if you were to lose that fight. And I actually favor Terence Crawford against a guy like Canelo at 168. I think he's too quick. I think his bag is deeper than Canelo's is, and I think he's going to be, he's going to be able to time Canelo. The speed, the lateral foot movement is going to play a big role against a guy like Canelo. But I'm not saying that the Spence rematch doesn't happen. I think it's probably going to happen, but in order for Spence to take it, I think it has to be at 54. I don't think Earl Spence Jr. is capable of making 147. He's been at this weight class for his entire boxing career. So for people to expect him to make 47 at his age now, it's not going to work. So at 54, I think, is where the rematch should take place. But if Terence Crawford is getting back in the gym, who knows? Maybe it's because he knows that the rematch or another fight is going down for him, or they're close to signing or making it official for another fight, or he's just in the gym and being disciplined. Like, it could really be either of those, two polar opposite things. But just to see him back in the gym working on his craft, that's just what it is. I really don't think it's even news, but people are making a big deal out of it because I think people just want to see Terence Crawford back in the ring, and that's understandable. I want to see Terence Crawford back in the ring as soon as I can as well, because the pound for pound number one, who doesn't want to see him back? He's just such a great offensive fighter, and I think that he's so entertaining to watch, and people like to compare him to Floyd, compare him to Manny. How would those matchups have taken place? Why don't we just think about the realistic options and appreciate what he is and what he's doing right now? He just made the biggest fight happen in the last 5 years with Earl Spence Jr. doing, what they do, like 650 or 750,000 pay-per-view, 750,000 pay-per-view buys, something like that, maybe a little bit lower. But hey, like, it's not easy to do 1.2 million pay-per-view buys like Ryan Garcia and Tank did, but Crawford and Spence was supposed to be more high level, and I think that offensively Terence Crawford was at a higher level, but at the same time it was a pretty one-sided fight, the same way Tank and Ryan was. But you could even argue Tank and Ryan was a little bit more competitive, actually, because watching Spence just take that beat down, I was like, bro, like, when's this fight going to be over? Somebody stop this fight. I think the fight could have been stopped like in the 6th round, but like, Errol Spence is a true champ. I do think that the weight had something to do with it. I'm not saying that he would have won the fight. I just think that his punch resistance would have been a little bit better. And we've all heard about Errol Spence's rib injury, so he said he doesn't make excuses, and I think that if he gets a good training camp in, he's ready for that revenge tour, and the fight's at 54. I think things could definitely go in his favor, but he has to make a lot of changes within a short amount of time. But let me know in the comments what you guys think about Terence Crawford. That training footage getting released of him in the gym, back in the gym. Is the rematch coming soon? Let me know in the comments what you guys think, but thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. That's going to do it for another Nads Fight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.